I'm sharing 10 ways to be effortlessly polished in today's video. Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to the Daily Connoisseur. I am the author of the Madame Chic series, which I highly recommend if you would like to be polished and add more refinement and beauty to your life. I recently did a video called 8 Ways to Look Effortlessly Polished, and it received a lot of feedback, and many of you asked for a part 2, so that's this video. We're going to focus less on looks like beauty and that type of thing in this video, more about how to be and how to act effortlessly polished. As always, I will leave library cards down below so you can see the different chapters for this video. So let's jump right in. As we discussed last time, the definition for polished is refined, sophisticated, and elegant, and that is what we are going for. We're going for this because it is a wonderful way to be. Doors will open for you. You will really stand out, especially today, where being polished, being refined, being elegant is not that common. So we're going to try to bring that back here on this channel, and here are a few ways to do it. So tip number 1 is to carry yourself gracefully. This is a very big subject and merits its own video, but let's talk about it here. We need to aim to have the best posture we could possibly have and to carry ourselves gracefully. Everything from how we walk to how we sit. Notice yourself throughout the day. Catch yourself in a mirror. Or I have a really good idea. Set up a camera like you're a YouTuber and clean up your living room. Or walk around and do something, film yourself, and then watch the footage because you're going to see how you carry yourself. Now, I don't carry myself very gracefully, naturally. I played the saxophone when I was a child, so I have that tendency to slump over from the neckband that I used to wear. Also, I tend to stomp my feet and just not walk very gracefully. So once you are aware of how you carry yourself, and sometimes it takes that looking at yourself through a lens to see, you know, we've all had that experience. Is that what I look like? Is that how I act? So this is very eye-opening for people. So film yourself, see if there's anywhere you can improve. If you notice that your shoulders start to slump when you get stressed, or that you stomp your feet when you get mad, notice these things about yourself and how you can tweak them so that you could carry yourself more gracefully. Tip number 2 is to practice good eye contact with people. This tells the other person that you are interested in them, that you are listening to them, and that they have your full attention. Eye contact is very important, and eye contact is a hallmark of a poised person. Poised people give us comfort because they are listening to us. They are there for us. They're not scatterbrained. So if you've ever spoken to someone who they just never look at you, they're always looking behind your shoulder or looking over there, or yeah, they're talking to you, but they're kind of not really interested. They're just looking. That's not so comforting. We want groundedness. We want eye contact. Now, I had a few mothers say, what about if I'm at the park and my child's off? You can look at your child, okay? That's different. But I'm just saying, when you are in a conversation with somebody, give them the respect they deserve by being a good listener. Tip number 3 on how to be effortlessly polished. And I get an F- on this one, by the way, so I'm not telling you I do this, but I'm just saying we should do this, is to have a clean car. If you have a car, if you drive, try to keep it clean, try to keep it tidy. I need this more than you do. I know I do, because my car, I tell you what, I clean the car. Next time we get into it, it's just a mess and I'm overwhelmed, and we get in the car and it's hot and I don't know what happens. So all mothers of small children will understand the struggle it is to keep a clean car. But if we aim to be poised people, we should have a clean car. We try to keep our spaces neat and tidy and organized, but we have to think about these other spaces that inhabit our lives, like our car, or this isn't on the list, but our desk, for example, that we work at, our bathroom countertop, these types of things. Let's aim to keep them tidy on a regular basis. So if you have to come up with systems in place where you have one day a week where you take care of it, or you designate another family member to take care of it, whatever that means for you, we should aim to have a clean and tidy car. Tip number 4, this is slightly easier, is to maintain a tidy handbag. Regularly go through your handbag to make sure that it is nice and clean inside and that you're not holding on to really old things, trash, snacks, like things that really should not be in your purse. So if you look impeccable, let's say you're beautifully dressed, you have your makeup on, your hair's done, your shoes are nice, this is all the stuff we talked about in the last video, right? You look the part, but you reach into your handbag and it's old receipts and a half-eaten, 1-week-old apple juice squeeze thing, and an old water bottle that really needs to be thrown out, and just trash and some makeup you need to get rid of. That's not contributing to the overall look of polish. Imagine if you were, meeting someone really important and you wanted to give them an impression that you were elegant, and you are elegant, but then your handbag is like a walking trash bag. So we can't have that. We need to go through our handbags on a regular basis. Tip number 5, and this is big, we need to eat while sitting down. We need to be sitting down when we're having our meals. Breakfast, luncheon, dinner, snacks, we should be sitting down. Now there are a few exceptions. Let's say you're out with your family and you get a dessert or something like an ice cream or something like that. You can have that while you're walking. But as a rule, you should be sitting down while you're eating, especially if you're at home. So I want you to notice this. You probably make your children sit down at the table when they're eating, but when you have a snack, are you walking around the house and justifying it because you have things to do? This is important. We should treat dining with dignity, and we do this by sitting down at a properly set table. There is that book, 60 Million Frenchmen Can't Be Wrong, and it's a great book. I remember I read that ages ago, before I even wrote Madame Chic, and I remember this story in it vividly of the man. He was leaving his hotel room and he was eating a sandwich as he walked out the door. And the doorman said, "Bon appetit," but he was being sarcastic, right? So it's like, why are we eating sandwiches and walking at the same time? We should be sitting down, focused on the sandwich, focused on our food. That is a trait of an elegant person. So if you want to be polished, you should definitely sit down while you're enjoying your meals. Tip number 6 is to take your time and not rush. I am generally a person who likes to take her time with things. However, I'm very time sensitive, so I am very efficient. But the other day I did a 15-minute tidy challenge on my channel, and I did a video for it, and I set the timer and I really was like going like a maniac for 15 minutes, okay? So there are some times when yes, we do need to rush, but as a general rule, we should be cool, calm, and collected and not rush. One of my pet peeves as a mother, and I know a lot of you can relate to this, is when my family tries to rush me. Like, let's say your kids are like trying to rush you to get food on the table or rush you in whatever way they're doing it. And I don't like being rushed. So I like to take my time. I like to do things right. And so if we are carrying ourselves gracefully, taking our time with things, this is a hallmark of elegance. Tip number 7 on how to be effortlessly polished, and this takes a lot of practice, okay, is to not overreact to things. So it just depends, obviously, on each situation, but when you are in public or when you're dealing with something, don't get all hot-headed. Don't get hot-headed in traffic, or don't get hot-headed if somebody does you wrong. Don't overreact to things. Remain calm, remain cool. Keep that Mona Lisa smile, okay? Keep that posture up, eye contact. This is very intimidating for some people. We're not trying to intimidate people, but I think a lot of people today are just very quick to just overreact and get in there and yell. You see a lot of fights in the news. Sometimes I watch these things like that break out in restaurants and stuff, and I'm thinking, what? How does it have to get to this place where you're literally punching somebody in a restaurant? So obviously if you're aiming for elegance, this is not possible. So try not to overreact. And if you'd like me to do a video on that, I definitely can. Tip number 8, and this is one of the chapters in Lessons from Madame Chic, is to maintain an air of mystery. Don't overshare about yourself. I have a blog and a YouTube channel. I definitely share way more than I normally would if I was just a normal person. But look at your social media presence. What do you share on social media? Do you share too much? Do you share too much of your children? Do you share things that nobody cares about necessarily? And by that, I mean, every day, are you sharing everything? Like what you eat, what you do, like where you went, who reacted to this? Just don't share too much about yourself, okay? It's different if you are doing, I do what I eat in a day videos. So if it's a specific intentional thing, that's absolutely fine. But I'm saying if you are a normal person without a blog or a YouTube channel, watch what you share, don't share too much. And I would even submit this to people who do have YouTube channels. Watch what you share and don't share too much. These lines are getting so blurred, but keep it private, keep it mysterious. People will wonder about you and they'll probably ask you a lot of questions. And that's when, go back to my rude questions video, and you don't need to answer them. So keep that air of mystery about yourself. Number 9, I want you to consider the experience you give people from start to finish. If you're meeting someone for the first time, they're going to be making a first impression about you. Then you're going to be talking to them and they're going to deepen their impressions about you or maybe change their mind or whatever it was. And then you are going to end your interaction with them and you're going to leave or they'll leave. How did the whole experience go? Now, we are not responsible for making people feel a certain way, but we can control ourselves. And when you are meeting with somebody for the first time, using all these things, having good posture, giving them your full attention, being cool and calm and collected, not oversharing about yourself, giving them this experience, they're going to come in contact with you and be like, whoa, this is a very special person. This person is elegant, an elegant lady or an elegant gentleman. And that's a good thing. We want to leave that impression with people. And they will treat you differently, but it will be in a good way. And number 10 is to aim to be well-spoken. So we should avoid curse words. We should avoid excessive slang. We should avoid filler words, which I know it's very hard for me to do, okay? I'm not saying that it's not, but we should avoid things like, you know, these are things that I struggle with personally. Also, the way that we speak, I want versus I would like. I would like is more elegant than I want if you're placing an order, for example, at a restaurant. So the way we speak is very important and we should be conscious of that. I have just ordered a book. I'm so excited to get it. And when I get it, I will probably do a dedicated video on this subject. So make sure you leave me a thumbs up if you're interested in that. This is by no means a comprehensive list on how to be polished, but it is one that covers a lot of ground. And I really look forward to reading your comments down below. If you would like me to veer off on any of these specific topics, please let me know in the comment section down below as well. Before we close, I'd like to mention my private membership group here on YouTube, which is the Chic Society. I do one podcast every Friday and I go live once a month, and membership is only $1.99 a month. So I hope you will consider joining if you would like to support my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Daily Connoisseur. Keep calm and remain classy, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.